everyone, this is Demo Gonzalez of Heartwood Financial Services. Hey, welcome to our latest financial wisdom video. In these videos, we go beyond just talking about the dollars and cents. We talk about what's really important in life. And in today's topic, it's going to be the 5 biblical principles, and you've heard me talk about some of these before, but I'm going to summarize it into this short video, and then there's going to be a part 2 next month about how we actually apply these principles. So let's get started. Alright, if you're watching my channel, you probably agree with me that financial management is very important. However, for Christians, it's a little different because it goes beyond just money management. It's called financial stewardship. And financial stewardship is rooted in biblical principles that teach us to view our money and our assets and our talents as entrusted to us by God. So we're going to go through the 5 principles today. Let's get started with number 1. All right, number 1, God owns it all. Central to financial stewardship is acknowledging that God is the ultimate owner of everything. The Bible tells us the earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. That's in Psalms 24:1. Understanding this principle helps us adopt a humble and grateful attitude, recognizing that our possessions are gifts from God. All right, number 2, faithful stewardship. What is stewardship? So as stewards, we must manage our finances with faithfulness and integrity. This involves practicing honesty and diligence and good decision making with all of our financial matters. Jesus talked about the importance of stewardship in the parable of the talents. This is in Matthew 25:14 through 30. You should check it out. He basically was talking about how faithful stewards are entrusted with even greater responsibilities. All right, number 3, putting God first. So biblical financial stewardship requires prioritizing God in our finances. And so this includes giving your tithes and offerings, your first fruits. And the principle of tithing, this goes way back. It's in the Old Testament, going back to Malachi 3:10, and it talks about how giving your tithe is an act of worship and trust in God's provisions. So prioritizing God's kingdom first, we acknowledge His faithfulness as a provider and invite His blessings into our financial journey. All right, principle number 4, contentment and avoiding greed. This one is a tough one, especially in the world of media, advertisements, social media, where everybody's comparing themselves. I know I struggle a little bit with the contentment as well. So financial stewardship requires learning contentment and avoiding the trap of greed. The Apostle Paul talks about this. He was quoted saying, godliness with contentment is great gain. This was 1 Timothy 6:6. True wealth lies not in accumulating possessions, but in finding satisfaction in our relationship with God. By avoiding greed, we can focus on the eternal rather than the things here on earth. And last but not least, principle number 5 is generosity. So biblical financial stewardship encourages a spirit of generosity. As we recognize that our blessings are gifts from God, we are inspired to share them with others in need. Again, Apostle Paul talked about this. He talked to his believers and instructed them to do good, to be rich in good deeds, and to be generous and willing to share. This was in 1 Timothy 6:18. And finally, generosity not only blesses others, but also reflects the love and generosity of our Heavenly Father. it's sometimes really hard to do. It takes a lot of faith, and I think that's part of the reason why it's in the Bible and encouraging us to be generous. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you found this video to be helpful. It's great to understand and to believe in these principles, but it's even more important to actually put them into practice. So stay tuned for next month. We're going to get into the practical applications of these principles. Thanks again, and God bless.